past your roof, it's time to get out to that deck, because this is where you're going to be spending all your time this summer. Make sure it is built properly. Deck's one of those things that people really like to do themselves.
You know, I always said if you think you can do what I do, you might as well do your own brain operations. But these are some things. These are some things you can work on with education. So the more that you learn, the better you're going to do. Like, when do you need a permit?
Right. When
Building
do you
a
need
deck.
a permit, right?
If it's above 2 feet or it's attached to the house. You don't want to be too close to the property line. Odds are 3 feet to 6 feet, depending on the area. So these are things you need to call up the government, ask questions, get answers, and you know what you're going to do.
Well, the other thing about working with an expert is that you've got all these answers already. So you're saving the time calling the city, calling all of these people, because you've got it and you're keeping up with the new regulations. Let's start with some of the mistakes people make with their decks. We've got a few photos once again to show you what you don't want when you have a deck. Starting with this one, the focus here is on the post, right?
Well, rails are big, and it's, you know what, I leaned against a rail years ago and it broke and I fell head down on the other side. And this was big. A lot of people are getting hurt from the decks simply from the rails. You can see how it's attached to the bottom. You can see different tie-ins. How the rails themselves or the pickets just aren't strong enough.
Right.
Concentrate on the structure, the foundation, your floor joists, your rails. The topping is icing on the cake, which we'll talk about later. It's right in front of me.
Once again, the pretty comes next. First, you got to follow the rules and make sure it actually can hold you up and you're not falling through your deck.
Who the hell built that? Are you serious?
So what's wrong? So, I can see what's wrong with those. Are those stairs?
This was done by someone who thought they could build their own deck, by the way.
Right.
Oh, it's no problem. I can make stairs going up.
Yeah.
Stairs, it needs to be just as safe as the rails, because if you trip and fall up and or down, anyone can sue you. So you can clearly see someone's tried to put all their work in the pickets by cutting out the grooves, making it look sexy, but that doesn't look sexy to me.
Well, no, not if you're tripping. That's never sexy, right? Okay, let's take a look at the stairs from another angle now. You can see that it almost looks like you're missing some stairs there. The space is not the same. And I don't know if it's okay if you only have a rail on one side. Is that okay?
It is okay to have a rail on one side as long as your stairs do not exceed 3 feet. But 3 feet is about the rule for a set of stairs.
Yeah.
With one rail, with 2 stringers instead of 3 stringers would be running up, holding your treads, which is where your feet go as you go up.
Yeah.
But you notice the bottom one is almost right on the ground.
Yeah.
They all must be the same height, and this is really important. That's not a safe set of stairs. And these are the type of stairs that people think they're okay going up and down, and then someone gets hurt. That's when trouble starts.
That's when the trouble starts. Okay, in the last picture, you can explain to us what exactly is going on with this picture. What's wrong with this picture?
Again, structure. Does this look like a really good structure to people? We can see the floor joists. We see they're using joist hangers. They're over a main beam, but everything below it, of the 4x4 on the right, is just into the ground. And I mean just. It's not into a concrete footing. The one on the left is no different. The true thing about this deck, it was totally unsafe. This is the one we took down and redid. It was about $250,000 worth of work, because it was all about retaining walls, working our way up to the pool, which you'll see the show in the fall.
Oh my gosh. Okay, because we are going to shoot it. It actually looks really incredible now after some love and some work and some following of the rules. Let's talk about some options out there when it comes to your decks. Do you have favorites?
Well, I do. I love cedar. It smells good. It looks good. It's a whole lot of maintenance. You can let it gray.
Yeah.
Every single piece of wood out there will gray. That's the sun. And the gray is actually a fungi. Some people like it. Some people don't. My deck is cedar. It takes every year. You want to put a little bit of love to it. Seal it again.
Yeah.
Try not to do a sealer, but a stain, so it impregnates into the wood. Little tips. Seriously, put a drop of water in the wood. If it sucks up that drop of water, it's ready to absorb. If it sits on the wood, it's not ready, so don't do it. Other alternatives, composite decking. There's a lot on the market. You want to do your homework. You really want to do your homework, but it looks like a flooring inside your home.
Right.
Less maintenance, lasts forever. Some of them will build some mold growth if there's not a sun in that area. Easily cleaned. I kind of like them. It's totally up to you. How long do you want it to last? A little more expensive.
Can we? Oh, so I was going to talk about price. This is a little bit more expensive.
Anything
because
that's
of low
non-maintenance is going to cost you more money.
Got it. Okay. Will it last longer?
Yeah, I would say wood lasts a long time. Pressure treated lasts a long time. You definitely want your wood treated. Natural wood, this is natural, resist moisture, fungi, naturally resist bugs, and that's cedar, teak, all woods like that. Teak's way too expensive, but I do love it.
Yeah, it is. It's very expensive.